I am one of the directors of Burma Technical Training Institute, an institute that is training medical courses or healthcare courses. And we are empowering students and helping them to find their heart desire or their dream and helping them to grow in it. We do other things. We also mentor the young people who have completed college and they want to bridge into the medical field as workers. Having been in it for a while, we've noted the gaps that are there, and we have taken an initiative just to expose them, prepare them, and make sure by the time they are landing into the field, they are conversant and they know what to expect. And I think that reduces the culture shock that a lot of people get in their work field. So basically, that's what we do. I also do counseling and just to help people locate themselves, sometimes in the times of difficulties and challenges. And I've seen life transform through that process. I'm a full-time employee as much as an entrepreneur. So I'm bridging the two, looking forward to become a full-time entrepreneur like George Washiri. Thank you very much.
Asante sana daktari. You are doing a good job, and thank you so much for your support. And thank you. I really appreciate you. I remember one time I had challenges, came to MP Shah, and you supported me. So well done. Very proud of you. May your business expand beyond borders. Very interesting. Okay, the next one who is ready, the ones I mentioned. Betty, are you there? Betty or Teddy or Abigail? Mwende. Okay, they are all in the kitchen. Mary, say hi to us.
I want to say hello, good morning, and good evening. I'm so blessed this morning. I'm thankful to the Lord. It is a beautiful morning, so I'm sitting outside. And this week, like you asked, Dr. Washiri, it has been interesting. And like Dr. Lillian said, juggling different things and getting excited about learning how to do all of them. I am the CEO and founder of Gethima project in Nyeri, and just seeing it unfold into something that is touching the community has been just inspirational. And I've also launched a new business of coaching, nutritional based weight loss. And that has been also very inspirational, and I'm learning, and I want to be a full-time entrepreneur at the end of the day, like Dr. Washiri, and it's just different things going on at this time.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Mary Kiriaku. Asante sana. You are coming up very well. So well done, well done, well done.
Thank you.
And yes, I'm happy that today we are discussing very interesting topic that has transformed Optiven for the last 26 years. For the last 26 years, fostering culture of innovation. Fostering culture of innovation. Can you imagine? Lack of innovation made Kodak die. A multi-billion company just went to the grave. Can you imagine? Lack of innovation made Nokia. Nokia was massive. It was big. Lack of innovation made Nokia also go quickly to the grave. And guess what? You all know Yahoo. My goodness. You know, it was big. And it also went to the grave, but there are some little children that were left. So, but it is nowhere to be found. So this is a very interesting discussion that we are discovering here, fostering the culture of innovation for business, not only for business, even your own life. Can you imagine if in your wardrobe, you have only one type of dresses and suits? Yeah, people say this guy, this lady, I think there's a problem. So even in your own life, you need to be innovative. Your own house. Yeah, some of us, we have been sleeping in a bed that has been there for 30 years. Change it. Yeah. Take it to a different direction. Your own profession. Yeah. You need to be creative. But maybe we ask ourselves this evening, this morning, for those who are in the US and other countries, what is the culture of innovation? Very easily, this is basically creating an environment of ideas, creating an environment of generating ideas and creativity for you to thrive. It's basically creating that environment of ideas, where ideas germinate, where ideas are generated, and that aspect of creating that environment of new ideas, new ways of doing things, creativity, definitely leads to you thriving. And I can comfortably say this is the Optiven story. Is the Optiven story. The reason why Optiven is the number one in real estate across 27,000 other companies doing land like us is basically creativity. When we went to this industry, someone told me, you are crazy, you are mad. How can you go to the industry of thugs and thieves? Do you want to be a thief? You know, that was the discussion. But within the teams, we were able to generate, create ideas, value-added plots, you know, a clubhouse in a bare land that is not built, swimming pools. And that creativity has made Optiven to be at the top. And by the way, it's not because George is very creative. No, you use the teams to generate new ideas. Use the teams to be creative. I remember last week, we were asking ourselves, hey, this is customer service week. What can we do to our customers? And for me, I was blank. Pick one idea. I had no idea. And one of the very humble young lady came up with an idea. What if we give all our customers free air ticket from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to Malindi International Airport? We pick them up with our cars, take them to see a property, and then we reduce the price of this property to bear almost below cost. Then I said, why are you saying below cost? And then the staff answered, because them partners. Because the people who go to see this very affordable, cheap property, they are the same people who buy the most expensive property in Vipingo. I said, wait a minute. That means if we give them free ticket, they will know Optiven, and they'll ask, what else do you have? And let me tell you, those who know what we launched this morning is basically free return air ticket to Malindi. A property that we were selling 160,000 is now 139,000. And then, as if that is not enough, the staff told me, we can even pay for them the crossing costs, the taxes and everything. We can take them for a tour of Malindi. We are not selling. We are attracting these people to come to Optiven. And for sure, today alone, we got over 600 calls, over 600 calls today only. The offer is 6 days. Why? We allowed this young person to dream, to think, freedom. And maybe most of you in this platform is that most of the time we think we are the most intelligent. No, we are not. We think we are the only ones to generate ideas. No, we are not. Allow the people you are with to generate those ideas, the creativity, and you never know. That kind of an idea can propel your organization, can propel your profession to the next level. So it's basically, when we talk about, cultivating the culture of innovation, is basically creating that good environment to generate ideas, generate creativity for you to thrive as a person, as a business, as a profession. And of course, when we talk about the culture of innovation, we are talking about you, Mary, Kiriako, because you'll be having so many staff very soon. We are talking about you, Lilian Moringi. We are talking about you freeing your employees from routine work. So don't pamper them with work. 8 to 5, they can't breathe. Apana, no. Let them go for break. Let them go and take tea out there. Don't just be too rigid, like high school. You know, high school, we were, the bell was the king. And once you hear the sound of a bell, you run. Some of us, because we are brought up in that kind of a culture in high school, and we have developed this culture in organizations. That's the recipe for death of your company. Free your employees. Free them, your staff. out of routine work. Have something unique, not necessarily the routine. And once you develop that relaxed environment, I can tell you, you find people smiling, you find people that are working extra. You know, the other day, I think last year, we had a very terrible incident in one of the big farms in this country, in Kenya. You know, we had a story of somebody who threw himself, I think from a 15th floor, and he committed suicide. A very sharp guy, intelligent guy. But when we saw the story, because it's a public story, they said the guy was stressed. Why? He had worked for days without having proper rest. I know most of you are developing your company, but please allow breathing space in your organization. And we are not talking about this because we are here. Nagilai knows. At Optiven, what we do in the morning, we start with prayer. Then the after prayer dance. Like today, we are just dancing. And we just dance. We have a big speaker that produces nice music. And since Optiven, majority of our people are Gen Z, there are some songs I don't understand, but they are dancing. I'm also dancing for things I don't understand. Why do we do that? We want to create a relaxed environment. By the time they dance for an hour, my goodness, the time they give you a call, they will be smiling. Hey, hi, Abigail. Hi, Alex Wangai. Hey, hi, Alice. Hey, how are you? Ube, the energy was injected in the morning. That is the way to create that culture of innovation. And of course, look about this culture of innovation, talking about putting people first. In fact, some people say people before profit. Putting people first. Value people. That's the big picture. People first. That's why for us we say at Optiven, we don't exist to build a huge balance sheet. We exist to create opportunities for people, to create jobs. We have a target of creating 30,000 jobs. And by the way, we are serious about it. Even at this economy, Naglai and Joki can tell you, today we received 30 new team members, 30. They have jobs. They have earned something today from Optiven. Not because we are making a lot of sales, but because that is our calling to create 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. One of the things I know is that once these people come to work, you create an environment, they will produce something for balance sheet. But first and foremost is creating that opportunity, creating that relaxed environment. And I want to ask all of us, because we are leaders, I can see Benson Shege here, put people first. People first. See the big picture. People before profit. Because if you only focus on profit, let me tell you, you kill people. In fact, you kill yourself. Right now, in most of the companies, people are having mental issues. And I'm happy that we have experts who are handling mental issues in organizations. Why do we have mental issues? Is because people are only thinking about dollars, about money, about Kenya shillings, about pounds. And if they don't make money, they get sick. They go to the shop, they buy Panadol. You don't need to buy Panadol. You only need to consider people first. Once you value them, they shall be able to work 100%. So that is basically the definition of what we mean by the culture of innovation. Allow me to share with you a few thoughts that I've learned for the last 26 years in business. A few thoughts that I have learned for the last 26 years. There are some thoughts I have picked about innovation, the culture of innovation. I'll share with you about 8 or 9 thoughts that you can also pick them and utilize them, use them in your business, in your profession, those who are in school. And one of them is that as a leader, because you are all leaders, as a leader, you need to direct your organization to the right path. That's your role. Your job is to point. Yeah, your job is to point. Ambassador DK, your job is to point the right path of your organization, the right path of your consultancy, Lydian, the right path of your school, because you are the person with the right vision of your organization. But for you to point the right path, you need to ask yourself 4 questions. One of them, are you a good listener? Yeah. Are you a good listener? I think God was very interesting. God is amazing. You know, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. God wanted us to be good listeners. As you listen, you also communicate. Are you a good listener? Are you a good communicator? And for those who are leading organizations, by then you must practice to be a good communicator. You have no choice. You have to practice. If I can tell you my story, I was a very poor communicator, especially given where I come from. I come at the bottom of Mount Kenya. This is where the Nyeri people, they have a certain way of talking. And I was a typical Nyeri man. Typical, yani wa Munyoro kabisa. Yani typical Nyeri man. You know? But I said, wait a minute. I can practice. Initially, I did not know that there are some people who actually train people on how to speak. So my trainer was a mirror. I go on in front of a mirror, say, my name is George Washiri, I'm working in the Optiven, you know, and I was practicing. I remember the first time I did public speaking, I was feeling, I was shaking, I was very worried. But practice makes permanent. And most of you can be like me. You can practice until what you want to do becomes permanent. So ask yourself, are you a good listener? Are you a good communicator? These are skills you can pick. Another challenge I had is that when you are speaking to me, I would cut you off. Nakumalizia statement. I was finishing the statement. But I also discovered, be patient. Let people speak. Listen more, talk less. Okay? And then ask yourself the second question. You know, are you transparent and trusting? Can people trust you? Yeah, trust is also developed. When you promise, you deliver. When you miss the mark, you repent. You know, before this show, there's a lady who bought Nanyuki. And today was her day, you know. Called the office, made all the noises, you know. And the converter, the marketer told me, hey, bwana CEO, salimia huyu mtu. Msalimie tu mwambie Nanyuki titles are coming. And of course, I picked the phone, I called the lady, and we talked. And then I told her, please give us another 90 days, the title is coming. She said, fantastic. If George, you can tell me to wait even 1 year, I can wait even a year. And that was it. Why? Because people trust. Do people trust you? Are you transparent? Do you tell people when things don't work out? Your own people you're working with, your own spouse, are you transparent? You know? Ask yourself for question number 3. Are you an effective delegator? Are you effective in delegating? Or you do everything? Are you effective? Do you delegate work and trust that people will do it? By the way, for me, I teach from experience. For many years, I was a very poor delegator. Even now, Nagirai knows. If I give Nagirai some work, nione imekaa, nimwambie Nagirai, call Mary now. Keriako, mpigie simu. Akikaa a few minutes, hajapiga, mimi napiga. So I'm also struggling. So you're not alone. Are you effective delegator? Are you able to delegate? So I'm a victim myself, but I'm working on it. And you can also work on it. Anastasia, you can work on it. Alex Gigi, the coach, you can work on it. Do you delegate? Ask yourself another question, number 4. Are you a logical thinker and a goal setter? Are you a logical thinker or a goal setter? Are you able to set goals and pursue them? You know, are you able to do that? Very, very important. Then finally, are you firm in decision making? Are you firm in decision making? Or today you speak this way, tomorrow that way, next day another way? And these are very key questions that you can ask yourself as a leader. Very key questions. So it all starts with you. As you point to the right path, the direction of your organization, of your consultancy, you must ask yourself those 5 questions. That's how I have learned in developing or building up the culture of innovation. Number 2, a lesson I've picked for the last 26 years is that as a leader, you need to have what I call the positive outlook. You need to have what I call positive outlook on the failures that you experience. Remember, in entrepreneurship, in business, failures are there. And failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a stepping stone towards your success. But for you as a leader, let me see the leaders who are here. Carlo and Boniface, Kagesho, for you as leaders, do you have the positive outlook on possible failures that may come? And do you have ability to turn those failures into opportunity? Aya, ebusikia hiyo. Turning failures into opportunity. Or do you fail, then you go and bury yourself? You tell God you're not faithful. God, oh, you are against me. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Turn those failures into opportunities. Can you imagine the time I lost $2 million over COVID? I wrote a book. If there is a book that is being bought left, right, and center, is that book after the pledge. It's available on Amazon. People are buying it because little did I know that people keep failing. And when I wrote the book, I hosted so many people in the office. Up to now, I hosted them. They asked me, how did you manage? Tell us, how did you manage? So the failure of losing $2 million became an opportunity of money generation. If I was eating that money from the book, I would be a millionaire. But how that money goes to the foundation? So I'm a millionaire in philanthropy. So the money goes to the foundation to support the children, to support the women. And I'm asking you, because most of you have had some failures here and there, can you turn those failures into an opportunity? That way, you develop that culture of innovation. Do you have ability to turn battles and defeat to future success? I can tell you as mentees, battles will come. As you develop your business, there are battles. Kuna vita, battles will come. Defeat, sometimes you feel like giving up. Even me, one time I said I'll never do business. I'll never. 2008, I had said I'll never do business. The first time I lost 5 million, I said I'll never do business. And I refined my CV to start looking for a job, and I was applying everywhere. I did so many applications, but nobody responded, even a regret. So I'd given up. But I said, all these battles, this defeat of business. In fact, for the first time, I thought, I am not wired for business at all. I am not an entrepreneur. Najiwekelea kuwa entrepreneur. I am not. I'm a career person. I need to go back to work. But out of that, things changed. And now, one day I was thinking, the future is going to be better. And I saw the future success. And I want to encourage all of you here in this platform that I know you have experience, and some of you are experiencing defeat. The other day I was speaking to another forum, and we had 2 confessions within the forum that the 2 people were giving up. These are the people who are giving up because of defeat. But I told them, the future is better. Remember, an entrepreneur lives in the future. If you're an entrepreneur, you are living now. Sorry, you are in the wrong career. The entrepreneur always sees 10 years to come, 20 years to come, 50 years to come. Entrepreneurs even see time, the future, even after their death. If you ask me, I can see up to even 200 years to come. I can see up to even 100 years to come. Yet those 100 years, I'll be buried, forgotten maybe, I don't know. But the optimum will be there. So for you as an entrepreneur, you must see the future. See the future. So the battles you're experiencing, don't dwell there. The defeat, sometimes people tell you, no, where Lydian, this one, so-and-so tried, it never worked. No. Don't start real estate. There are so many companies who said so. Just start. If you want to start, start it. Battles are there, but focus on the future. Can you imagine this gentleman who was selling chicken on the roadside? Can you imagine? Kibanda ikabomolewa. This guy called Kono Sunday, if he gave up of the battles, he did not give up. Today, he's dead, but his company is over 20,000 stores across the world. That is what we're talking about. Can you imagine if George Washiri, your very own, gave up? Instead of giving up, I said, let me write a book, Solar Like an Eagle. The book is also selling like hotcake, generating money for philanthropy. And most of you can turn those defeats into articles, into blogs, into videos, into YouTube stories. And who knows, the future is going to be exciting. Lesson number 3 I've picked for the last 26 years is that you as a leader, you need to be a constant inspiration to your teams. Yeah. You need to be a constant inspiration to yourself. Alice, a constant inspiration to yourself. Daniel Githaiga, you need to be a constant inspiration to yourself. Betty, I had given you a chance to say something, but I think you are away. Eric, constant inspiration to yourself. Henry Waweru, constant inspiration. Okay? How do you inspire yourself? Maybe I would like 1 or 2 people to type for me. How do you inspire yourself before you inspire others? Remember, you give what you have. Tell me, how can you inspire yourself? Just type there. Type there, I'll read it. Type there. How do you inspire? How? Where was you bwana? Tuambie hii maneno. How can I inspire myself? Because it has to start with you. Inspire yourself first, then inspire others. How do you inspire yourself? How? Utafanyaje hii kitu? I'll read the first 3 comments. Just type there. How do you inspire, encourage, motivate, rejuvenate yourself? How now? How now? How do you do it? Just tell me. Do not let someone else change your smile. I like that. Wow, this is George Okinda. Hey, I like it. Keep smiling. Don't let anyone, change your smile. Smile. Thank you, namesake, George Okinda. I like that. Please type there. I want to read stuff. I want to see how mentees are doing. Do not let someone else change your smile. Let your smile change someone else. That's a powerful one. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, for sharing the book, Soul Like an Eagle. If you are my mentee, na haujasoma hii kitabu, man, you are not graduating. Anyway, I'm joking. Please read the book. I have also seen the Vice Chancellor has shared the after the pledge. Thank you so much for sharing. Very encouraging. Yeah, it's a nice book you can read. Okay, please type for me there. Okay, nani huyu? This is Alice, the coach. Asante sana, Alice. Coach Alice. Always maintain, let me see, wewe simu unaenda wapi? Let me see what's cooking here. Let me go back and read what Alice G has written. Always maintain a positive attitude, get out of negativity, pick up yourself immediately after failure. Hey, Alice. Hey, that's a powerful one. Yes, pick up yourself and move. Usikae hapo. Timothy Mwangi, always affirm yourself positively. Thank yourself. Wow. I like that. Like footballers. Psych. I love this. That is one of the strategy I use myself. When I have a lot of issues, I say today is a good day. I'm sensing good things are going to happen today. Today is a fantastic. I use all those adjectives. That great day. Thank you, Timothy Mwangi, for that. Madam Mary Keriako, read affirmation from God's word every day. I love that. I am on earth for a specific purpose. Hey, that's a powerful one. That's a powerful one. And remain grateful. I like that. Yeah, remain grateful. Yeah, Carlo and Boniface. Let me see. Carlo and Boniface. Carlo. Wow. Let me see what Carlo is saying. Being a blessing to another person and self-affirmation. I love that. Yes, I'm beautiful. I'm handsome. I am conquering. I am a dominator. I'm dominating. I love that. Celestine Janina says, I can't destroy myself. I still need myself, so I must keep building self. I love that. I like that. Hata kuna mtu amesema yes. Oh, my good friend is here. CEO Rosaline Selem, Madam CEO, umenyamaza sana. Practice gratitude. You will see there is much more good things in your life than what you are going through. Hey, that's a good one. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. Evans Masharia, keep showing up for myself and visualize successful version of myself. Hey, that's a quotable quote. I love that. Okay, allow me to stop there. Hey, you guys, you are good. You are good students. Yeah, you are good students. Constant inspiration to your teams, but starting with yourself. Okay. And by the way, this morning I was inspiring my teams. early in the morning. And we were discussing about unstoppable opportunities. And it was amazing. And we were discussing how they have potential. You know, they are unstoppable. Everywhere there's potential, there are opportunities. And it was a very nice discussion this morning. And that's your job every morning. Yeah. You know, inspire yourself, inspire the teams, inspire your family. Yeah, all the time. Something else you can also do, and inspiration to yourself and teams, is move your teams forward. Move your teams to forward thinking direction. Aya. Sasa mmesikia hiyo. Move your teams to forward thinking direction. Not backward thinking, forward thinking. That means as a leader, never ever confess defeat in front of your team members. Never ever confess defeat to yourself. Never, never. When the things are tough, talk of greatness. When the economy is very tough, talk about the changes that are coming in the near future. You know, project the future, project it, okay? Have you ever wondered why our pastors, and I know there are pastors here, they always tell us the story of heaven? Have you ever wondered? The story of heaven, the way they are beautiful homes there, they are golden homes, the angels are there. You know why? It is to help us to have what I call forward thinking. That every time you think of doing a sin, you remember you might miss the heavenly door. And once you miss the heavenly door, our pastor tells us the opposite is dangerous. There's somebody called Lucifer waiting for you in the lake of fire. And we fear fire, especially hot fire. So we say, well, let me be truthful. I don't want to go there. Why? They teach us. God teaches us. The Bible teaches us to be a forward, positive thinker. The same with us as leaders. The teams you are leading, and you are leading yourself first. Be a forward thinking person. Of course, in the same breath, never show defeat or giving up to yourself or to your teams. When things are tough, do the opposite. You know, sometimes I look at these marathoners, you know, when they run, and I love watching marathon. Yeah, in fact, this guy is almost giving up. You know, this is the 40th, lap, the 42nd, and they are moving. They are moving. You feel like giving up on their behalf. They are so tired. They are sweating. They are trying, and they just want to finish. You know why? They say, I did not start the race to give up. I did not start the race to drop off. And they really inspire me that they are moving, they are walking, they are moving. And that's the story of an entrepreneur. Even when the economy is reading otherwise, the opposite, you are moving, you are pushing, you are going. And that's the spirit. Lesson number 4, I've also picked. Lesson number 4 is that you as a leader, you must have what I call the long-term innovation. Long-term innovation. Long-term innovation. Don't innovate only for today. Long-term innovation. Create loyal customers who enjoy your brand. Create loyal customers who enjoy your coaching. Create loyal customers. And by the way, not all customers will be loyal. You know, some of us, I was talking to one of the mentees the other day who called me. And the mentee was very discouraged. Why? There was very, very unhappy customer who used all the adjectives in the opposite, the bad words, describing the services. Then I told the mentee, don't worry. If you don't attract 10% haters, you are going nowhere. Every successful person have got about 10% of people who don't like you, not for anything. They don't just like you. That is very normal. So if you don't have some haters, please create some. You cannot be a yes person, a yes person, a yes person. No, no, no. You must have a small percentage of people who don't like you. Those people who don't like you help you grow. Because as they challenge you, you become better. You look for improvement. So it's not bad to have people who don't like you, but also listen to them. long-term innovation. Create loyal customers who enjoy your brand. But if there are some that are not loyal, don't block them. They can help you to think. Don't change your organization or your programs or what you offer frequently. Be consistent. Yeah. For you to be innovative in your line of product, be consistent. One time, I'm a person who was very impatient sometimes back. One time I opened a restaurant. I did a franchise of a restaurant. It was called Panarotis. And for a while, it was not making anything. So I said, what do I do? Do I go back to the original setting of GMC? We changed it to GMC. Immediately we changed it. The first 1 month, we were able to pay salaries, to pay taxes, to pay rent. Can you imagine? But we thought changing to something different, it will be easier and faster to dominate the market. So sometimes the business you want to drop, maybe that's where your blessings are. Pursue it, push it, think about it, change strategies, change your plans, but don't just drop it immediately. You never know. Maybe that is where, maybe that is your KFC, that is your Optiven, that is your GMC. Keep thinking, how can you tweak it? Lesson number 5, create freedom. Create freedom to yourself, to your teams, to be creative. Create freedom to be creative. Allow yourself to be creative. Don't condemn yourself. Create freedom to be creative. Allow your people to explore fearlessly. Let them offer creative solutions to problems. Allow them to offer creative solutions to problems. Don't block them. Let them think. And remember, when we were a very young company, we used to have something we are calling brainstorming session. We used to meet at 6 a.m. in the morning. And all of us, we are thinking. And then the question was, assuming you're the CEO of Optiven, tell us 3 things you can implement. By the way, these guys told us so many things, like in Anagilai, so many things. And we are implementing them, and we are succeeding. So allow your teams to fearlessly be creative. Fearlessly. Don't criticize them. Let them dream. Let them tell their story. I remember the other day, we were in Mombasa, and we were brainstorming. How do we call the avenues at the Ocean View Reach Vipingo? How do we name them? How do we do it? There's an entry from the highway to the project. It's a drive. How do we call this drive? And one guy said, why can't we call it Global Drive? Global. Hey, now you're in Mombasa. The drive is called Global Drive. Then you have a spine within the project whereby you're doing a couple of paved roads. And then another staff suggested, can we call it Universal? Universal. Spine Drive, Universal. And then names were coming. Cameroon Avenue, California Avenue. Names were coming. They were coming. And guess what? Never joke with the power of names. As we called it Global Drive, I think 2 weeks ago, we got a neighbor who want to put $3 billion investment next to us. 390 billion next to a project in Vipingo. Can you imagine? 4 investors, 2 from the US, 2 from local. They are putting a state-of-the-art special economic zone just next to our gate, next to us. What we are confessing about Global Drive now becomes real global. One of the companies is Meta, the Facebook. They are putting millions, billions next to us. And what's going to happen to people who bought Vipingo? They are going to be overnight wealth creators. The property you are selling at 1.9, 2 million, 2.8. I can tell you, and you can keep this video, another couple of years, you'll be talking about 15 million. Why? The power of creativity, the power of confession, because the universe is very interesting. You confess something, it becomes the big story. So allow your teams to confess, to create, to dream, even those crazy dreams. Global Drive, from where? In Mombasa, in Coast, global? I thought you should be in another country to talk about global. On the same breath, we were moving from our office to Karen, global office. And let me tell you, the time we call that office global office at the quarter in Karen, like today, we hosted almost 50 guests, mixed races, Muzungus, Asians, Kenyans, people from all over the globe. So Can you speak to your company, those big names, and they'll come? If you're doing coaching, can you say, I am an African coach, I'm a global coach? Can you call it and it will come? That creativity attracts. Something else you can also do, your workplace, make it a creative workplace. Creative one, but don't be in excess. You know, I went to speak to another company, it's a Muzungu company, and then we were talking about creativity. One of the things I did not agree with is that this Muzungu guy has a canteen. In this canteen, everybody subscribe to 1 bottle of Tusker. You can take 1 bottle of Tusker. So when, after speaking to the staff, and there were many, the Muzungu told me, you can take 1. This is part of our creativity space. When people are thinking, they take 1 bottle of Tusker. I told Muzungu, me, I take a bottle of Holy Spirit. Is there Holy Spirit? Muzungu thought it's a spirit. Got another bottle. No. This I need the Holy Spirit. And I opened the Bible and I read a verse. And the Muzungu was very excited. But we had a talk, and by the end of it, he was able to remove beer from creative site. Of course, he had nice seats there. There were very nice mattresses, people, some nice seats. And I'm happy that we had a serious discussion and was able to remove Tusker from part of the creative area. So don't be like that, Muzungu. But you can put sodas, you can have coffee, you can have hot water in the lemon, all those other drinks, or the Holy Spirit. Creative workplace relieves tension and stress. Once you create that space of creativity, when people are so stressed, they just go there. Put some pool tables, badminton, they release stress. And maybe this is something that we are dreaming of at Optiven. Of course, for us, we have the culture of dancing. Sisi ni dancers. We are dancers, we dance. Maybe you can tell me what you are doing to your organization, to yourself, to ensure that all is well. Maybe I'll ask you to type before I finish. Lesson number 6 is that you need to have goals and purpose towards creativity. This is very key for you as a leader, having goals and purpose. Tell your team where you are headed. Where are you going? Unaenda wapi? Optiven Global, they know we are targeting global market. Tell your team where you are going. Don't be vague. Let it be so clear. To be the champions of socio-economic transformation. Let them be creative around your goal. Otherwise, if you don't have a goal, they're going to be creative on other things. Yeah, you see a totally different organization from what you have. Yeah, tell them. When staff believe that their work is valued, you value their creativity, what happens? They increase the creativity. Once you value them, they increase it. Yeah. They even recommend others. You know, the other day we did an advertisement for hiring of some sales and marketing teams. And let me tell you, people were referring their friends, please apply. I'm also aware that there are companies that advertise jobs and people say, no, don't come here. Here, leadership is like Hitra. Yeah, this is Hitra. Don't come here. Here we are dying, we are suffocating. So when you advertise, your team says, come here, this is a good place. And I'm happy that at Optiven, they call each other. They just call each other, okay? The last one, you have a responsibility to create a trusting environment. Create a workplace, an environment full of trust. And for you as a leader, one of the things that you must practice, never gossip your teams. Never gossip your teams. Yeah, don't tell on them. If you have to, maybe when you're training and make it public, like a joke, but don't whisper behind their back. As a leader, you lose credibility completely. Yeah, you lose credibility. Lesson number 8, create a collaboration or a collaborative environment. Collaborate. Encourage your members to give feedback. Not necessarily good feedback, even tough feedback. Let me tell you a story of our pastor, Reverend Phillips Katutu, based in Life Church. We had leaders meeting yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Sunday. Nagilai, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. And we had done a survey about our church. Our church is growing very fast. We are now almost 1,000 people. We are growing. And there was a survey, different questions, and there were about 400 responses. You know what our pastor did? And I really honor him. He only read the negative ones, and they were highlighted in yellow, 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 yellow. Some of them were tough. Baka, you sympathize with the pastor. Don't read that one. That one is embarrassing. But he read everything that was negative. That means I picked a lesson. Don't fear dissenting voices. Don't fear. Why? These dissenting voices might create new ideas, new innovation, new products. Actually, part of this, the sentiments that were read was about timekeeping. Another sentiment that was read is on tithing. Somebody said, me, I don't get income every month. So please don't be talking about monthly tithing. Talk about tithing when somebody gets money. But let's ask ourselves as entrepreneurs, how many are bold enough to read in public the tough things, awful things, negative statements? But that's my pastor for you. No fear. So the same thing with you. Listen to those dissenting voices. They can help you develop. They can support you. Then the last of the last. Create autonomy at the workplace. Create an environment of autonomy. Don't over-control. I read a book that was saying, if you control your staff, you kill creativity. If you over-control them, you kill creativity. You kill the drive. Yeah. Don't over-control. Allow them to think. Yeah. You know, I had a boss sometimes back. I had a very terrible boss. I was working in Kakuma refugee camp. He was called Nua Senkebe, was a Ugandan. And this guy, his word was law. And the law was his word. If you don't stick to his tune, you are fired. And you are like cartoons there. Cartoons. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of the things that I tell my people, and Aguilar knows, I don't like yes, sir. I like people who challenges me. Hey, Bona CEO, what you're proposing doesn't make sense. I love it. I love it, you know, because if you surround yourself with yes, sir people, I can tell you mediocrity is going to be your third name. Have people who differ wisely with you. And I love it. I like it. And you can develop that culture. Too many constraints in your workplace or within your sales force or within the individuals you control or you lead may lead to your people leaving you with your vision. They will leave you there. Watakuashia your vision. Don't be so strict like a headmaster. You're not a headmaster. You're not a headmistress. Don't be so strict. When come on unachukua kiboko. No, allow people to be themselves. Be a person who help employees set goals. And when they achieve those goals, celebrate them. For us at Optimum, we tell them, if you're in sales and marketing and you are walking on foot like a chicken, you are not Optimum. Buy a car, sit on that car, four-wheeler, drive it. And then when they buy cars, and by the way, in the new office, we bought so many parkings because of to inspire these people to buy cars. When they buy, I'm the one who goes to pray for that car. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. This car, no accident. You know, I pray, blessings, blessings, blessings. Why? We want to inspire people to keep buying cars to enjoy themselves. When they build homes, we go to open those homes. So as a leader, you're the first one to keep celebrating them, celebrate them, give them freedom. As you give them freedom, I can tell you, you'll be smiling all the way to the bank. Congratulate them. Check on them what they are doing. Check on their families. You promote creativity. You promote creativity. Now, Nagira tells me you must stop there. Let me now stop now. This is a bonus point. Let me now stop. This is bonus. Nagira, this is bonus now. As a leader, have ability to recognize the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Acknowledge excellent performance. Reward the excellent performance. Reward people going on the right path. Reward them. Just reward them. Reward them. Can you imagine the guy who gave us an idea of free ticket to Malindi? We slashed the price from 159 to 139. I have no choice but to reward. So that in the future, that creativity will keep coming. Can you imagine that idea alone? Today we received 600 calls. Na nyinyi hamjapiga simu. So by the way, don't miss that opportunity. Don't miss it. Network, come and to the flight, network with the people. And your assignment is, you must create that environment. That's your assignment. Go and create that environment. Assignment number 2, reward creativity. Assignment number 3, create good environment. Then allow dreamers to dream. Allow them to dream. You have seen a video for Nanyuki. These are 2 partners. We call them employees. We call them partners, not employees. We call them partners. They had an idea to show people that Nanyuki is so near. It's 15 minutes to go to Nanyuki. They had an idea. We supported it. You saw the video for yourself. So go out there, create that environment. I wish you all the very best. And let's meet at the top. I can't imagine how many billionaires are here. There are 51 billionaires. I can tell you, go to the world, attract the global resources. Global resources are waiting for you. You are here to attract the global resources. You have no choice not to attract the resources. Success, I've got formula. I have given you a formula. And since the formula has worked for Optivate, the formula can work for you. Eric Obwaka, you now have the formula. Pick that formula, move with it, run with it. Carol and Boniface, pick the formula, replicate it. Yeah, we could be 59 billionaires in Kenya. The world has sufficient space for billionaires. So what are you waiting for? And once you partner with Optivate, you have no choice but to go to your next level. So I wish you all the very best. Let's meet as we board an airplane to Malindi. We go and network. We tour Malindi with only 139K hiyo ni M-Pesa. And again, we select a plot for you. It's Red Soil, next to Weru Technical, next to a multi-billion project by Chinese. What are you waiting for? Let me take this mic back to our Vice Chancellor. He is able, he is capable. So Nagila, take it up.
Awesome, awesome. That is powerful. That is epic. That was great. Daktari, we appreciate you. Asante sana. Let me just request each and every one of us to just do the digital claps for Daktari for taking us through that good session. We appreciate you, Daktari, for that. And now as the claps come, thank you, thank you. I can see them coming in fast and furious as the claps come. Allow me to make 2 or 3 announcements as we come to the tail end of our presentation today, as well as we agree on next item on my list of announcement this evening. So I just did a quick check to our register, and I saw that if we were to graduate tomorrow, about 39 of us will be at the graduation square. But if we go to the next class, about 59, let's say 60 of us will be graduating. So encourage whoever you know, maybe somebody who was not here today, encourage them to attend our next session so that we will have good numbers when we are doing graduation. My point number 2, or my announcement number 2, is the next session. We want to have it physically, and we want it to be a networking session, as well as we will also have our Daktari speak to us physically. And for those who will be out of the country, we will organize a Zoom link so that you will be joining from wherever you are. And we are looking at 4 p.m. Kenyan time. For those in diaspora, we can also see if we can record for you, just in case your time does not allow you, because it will be 4 p.m. of Kenyan time. And we are looking at doing it at GMC Karen. GMC Karen, for those who've not been there, it's at the Waterfront Mall. So that's where we will be. and that will be next week on Monday, 4 p.m. So please go to your calendar, check next week on Monday, and book that 4 p.m. It will be on 13th of October. Last but not least, and this is now for those of us who will be graduating, our graduation will only cost us $2,000 for us to have lunch and also celebrate the day together. So please plan for it, and let's meet next week, and thereafter we will meet on 5th of December 2025 so that we graduate at GMC Kitengela. So don't book GMC Karen. Yeah, because sometimes we have our guests and they go to Kitengela and we are waiting for them at GMC Karen. Sometimes we go to Kitengela, they wait for us at GMC Karen. So I'm just making this clear so that you'll not miss that golden opportunity. And without much ado, I just want us to conclude right about now. Have a great time. See you next time. That is next week on Monday, 13th at 4 p.m. God bless you. God keep